Hello, welcome to episode 39 of the All Things Leeds podcast with myself, Ed McIntyre, and joining me in the studio is, as always, my co-host, Charles Foster. Hello.
Hi, mate. You alright?
Yeah, I'm not bad. About you?
Yeah, I'm wondering how the hell we've done 39 of these.
It's mad, isn't it?
It is
mad. It is mad. Yeah, 39 of these episodes. Thank you very much to everyone who has listened to any of these. We really do appreciate it.
Suffer through our opinions for 39 hours.
So Charles, you're good. I'm good. 39 episodes. Let's do this. We are joined in the studio again by the man who knows it all. It's Andrew Dalton, also known as Stats. Hello.
Hello. This is my hat trick. Where's the ball? Have you got a ball for me like on Soccer AM at all or not?
Well, that was the last time you were on.
It's my fourth appearance. Crikey, I'm.
And you're still not getting a football.
I'm still not getting a football. Shame. No, very good. Pleased that football is back after what can only be described as boredom over the weekend. International breaks are really no good for Championship and Premier League teams. But and it's a big week personally and a big week for the football club, as there are a lot of events around the city with the Centenary celebrations tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, you've got a book coming out later this week, so we'll of course talk about that in much more detail shortly on. But are you well? Are you good?
Yes, very well. It's been a mad few months. All sort of coming down after tomorrow and very much looking forward to all the celebrations, singing up with the old players, and I just hope Leeds put performance out on Saturday. Absolutely. To go with all the celebrations over the next few days.
Yeah, so we will talk about those celebrations and Stats' book as well. We'll talk about a lot of other bits of news as well regarding Leeds United that's come out this past week. Yes, it's been the international break, but as always, it has not been quiet at Elland Road at all. And then we will, of course, look ahead to that Centenary game on Saturday. Leeds United taking on Birmingham City at Elland Road, of course. Plenty to discuss here on the All Things Leeds podcast. We're back. We're back in the studio. Episode 39, as we've mentioned many times so far, and we've only been recording for about a minute or two. But yeah, we're back, and yeah, of course, it's been the international break. Have we all enjoyed it? Have we all enjoyed the international break?
No.
I can honestly say I've never enjoyed an international break in my life.
No, it is awful, isn't it?
And unfortunately, we've got another one in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then that's it till Christmas.
Apart from the World Cup and the Euros, I've zero interest.
Yeah. But league football, it will be returning very soon. It's back this weekend, of course. Leeds United playing Birmingham City at Elland Road this Saturday, celebrating the club turning 100 years old, and we'll preview that game towards the end of the show. But firstly, Stats, you've got a book coming out on the 100 years of Leeds United, coming out in 2 days. 2 days before the game, rather, on Thursday, the 17th of October.
Yes.
We've talked about it a lot when you've been on in the past. You've given us a lot of updates, but this is it. This is it, isn't it? It's coming out this week.
It's released tomorrow.
Yeah, by the time we're recording it on Wednesday night.
Released on the 17th of October to celebrate the Centenary of the football club, and it's something that's been sort of 18 months in the making. It's been a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of stress. There's something I'll probably look back on and probably change, but it's gone to print now, and I'm sure I'll have various different opinions, but that's what you do when we publish books. And very looking forward to tomorrow's events. Very nervous about it all.
Yeah. How are you feeling towards
I think I'm a bit nervous, a bit apprehensive, but also very excited. I think it'll be a bit of a sleepless night. It's a bit like the night before a cup final for me, in a way, that I know what's around the corner. I'm very excited by it, and I'm just looking forward to it all. And it's a day I've been looking forward to for almost a year now, and just raring to go with it all tomorrow. And I hope a lot of people out there do buy and enjoy it. And I know I'm going to be criticised by it, but again, I've put a lot of hard work and time and effort into it, and you can't please everybody at the end of the day, Ed. So looking forward to it, and it's just nice to sort of do something as a hobby about your football club, about the club that I love and the club that I've grown up supporting for the last 20 or 25, 26 years.
Yeah, and you're not. It's not a different experience for you. You've released books before in the past. This is your third book.
Yeah, the first one I did, Leeds United Top 100 with John Howe. John Howe superbly wrote it all the player narratives. He was absolutely fantastic. If you find John, do read some of his stuff. And then I did Leeds United, the good, the bad, and the ugly of Leeds United in the 1980s with Heidi Haig, which was a forgotten era of the football club, and it sort of focused on the hooliganism element of Leeds United through the mid-80s and up to the Bournemouth game, which obviously we're talking about on the way down to the studio, and looking at all the different seasons, all the different players that have played for the club during the 1980s. So this is one that's done the whole whole shebang, really. The full 100 years, the full story. There's some intriguing interviews I managed to get hold of. Dave Hockaday, which was quite interesting. Playing with salt and pepper pots on how he got the job at Leeds United. Brian McDermott, how he was sacked by Chris Farnell, Massimo Cellino's solicitor. Spoke in depth to Kevin Blackwell, had a great chat with Simon Grayson, spoke with Tony Dorigo, Jermaine Beckford, Lee Chapman, Don Mattias. There's a few different interviews. I couldn't get all the interviews that I wanted, it was just very difficult to get hold of people, but a lot of profiles in there of all the managers we've had, including caretakers, right up to Marcelo Bielsa, and it tells a story from 1920 or 1919 when the club were first formed to what it is today, and it goes right up to the heartbreak of the playoff semi-final defeat against Derby County last season. Got all the games in there. There's a wonderful piece written by a guy called John Devlin, who is the author of True Colours books, and he's done the whole history of Leeds United kits, which is something I love. I love things like that. There's a bit of memorabilia, and then there's what Leeds United means to different supporters over the years. We did a bit of a Twitter feature where please sum up what Leeds United means under 40 characters. Actually quite interesting, look at all the different characters and all the different responses, and they've just got people to tell the stories of what Leeds United means to them. So yeah, it's a bit different. I know Dan Chapman's done his book and it's fantastic. I won't have a bad word to that. I think it's brilliantly written by Dan Chapman, and also Andrew Valley and Rob Endercott's done their books as well, which is a photographic sort of look back over 100 years with text. Again, fantastic. And then there's mine, which sort of tells a story with statistics as well. So yeah, looking forward to it being released. It's in the club shop tomorrow, all being well, per price £30, and yeah, I'm sure people will hopefully buy it. We're looking at the lead up to Christmas, because it kind of starts, and that's what, 10 weeks till Christmas. So,
yeah, what a perfect time to buy the book.
Well, that's what we do. That's what we thought of said, and it's ideal that the 100 years is tomorrow on October the 17th. You are 10, 11 weeks away from Christmas celebrations, and yeah, it's exciting. It's nerve-wracking, but yeah, very much looking forward to it.
Where else can people buy it? It's going to be available in the club shop.
Yeah, we're looking at the moment at other bookstores, possibly Woolworths, and that's not been open for a long time. Waterstones and WH Smith and Amazon. I'm just in discussions at the moment with certain people to get that sorted. But first main protocol will be the club shop tomorrow. I will be around if anybody does want a signed copy on Saturday for the game. And yeah, it's a bit, I say, eye-opening, and it's also quite awe-inspiring that you're actually part of history, and to do something for the football club is unbelievable. I'm very, very proud to say I've written it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a day of celebrations tomorrow. Yeah,
brilliant. It sounds absolutely brilliant, does the book.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure that people are gonna enjoy it a lot.
Yes, yeah, hard work, and look, you can't please everybody. Whatever you do in life, someone will criticise you, but the reaction I've had from people has been very, very positive, and long may it continue, and I'm very much looking forward to getting it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, make sure you go and pick yourself a copy, especially this time of year. Get yourself one for Christmas. Get it for someone else for Christmas as well.
I will be running a competition tomorrow to win a free copy on social media, on Twitter, so follow me at Andrew STATS. There will be a quiz question that I'll be releasing tomorrow morning, and I will pick the winner out of a hat tomorrow afternoon, and that person will get a free copy of the book.
Brilliant. So yeah, make sure you get on that. Make sure you pick yourself a copy of the book. It sounds brilliant. But moving on then, of course, it has been the international breaks. So no Leeds game to look back on in this episode, but plenty of Leeds United players have been on international duty. So starting with the youth player, Alfie McCalmont, he played the full 90 minutes and got an assist in Northern Ireland under-21s. 2-1 loss away at Denmark, and then he was subbed off in their 3-0 loss away at Romania. So not a good time for him there. Jack Clark, he played for the England under-20s as they drew 2-2 away at Italy. Mateusz Bogusz, he was subbed off in Poland under-21s 2-2 draw away at Russia under-21s, but then scored the winning goal as they beat Serbia under-21s 1-0 at home. 79th minute goal there. He was then subbed off afterwards, but a winning goal for Mateusz Bogusz there. That's pretty awesome. I've said it many times on this podcast. Bogusz needs a chance.
He's a very impressive player. He's always, whenever I see the under-23s, he's very, very impressive. He does drive the team forward a lot, and he's cracking on set pieces, to be fair to him.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player. He needs a chance. We've got that hole in midfield for me, and Mateusz Bogusz, he just needs to go. He's very impressive. Every time I watch the under-23s, he's the standout player for me.
Yeah, there's an argument to say the team in general is a little bit imbalanced, especially when we've got the injuries we currently have. There's a bit of imbalance in there. Obviously with Dallas in midfield and Elland on the right, and then all sorts of having to put Shaq in. when he's fit, when she isn't at the moment. So yeah, there is a bit of imbalance there, and giving the likes of Bogusz and Streak a chance might be a solution to some of our problems. But it's up to Bielsa. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anyone says.
Yeah, Stats, have you been impressed with
Yeah,
Bogusz?
I think obviously watching him in the summer in the tournament, in the pre-season games against Man United and Western Reds, I think it was. I think he looked very good. I think he's sort of the next in line to Hernandez. I think he's got it all as Bogusz, and I think he'll be a star to come. Whether the time's right now to throw him in, I don't know. I think you've got a lot of games coming up between now and Christmas, and I think you do need to utilise your squad, especially in the Championship, because it's relentless. It's Saturday, Tuesday, right through. So, yeah, look, I rate Bogusz. I think I've seen him in the under-23. I think he's been absolutely brilliant. Just a point on Jack Clarke, there's obviously been a lot of rumours going around that Tottenham are possibly looking to recall him in January because he's not getting game time. Very interesting deal when it was done. I was quite surprised personally that Leeds recalled him straight away after the Tottenham deal. And it's difficult because obviously you've got the 6 loan rollers, or the 5 players loan, you can have 5 players in the squad, and a match squad on loan. So yeah, interesting with Jack Clarke. Ryan Edmondson, my friends were over there, said he played really well.
Yeah, playing for the England under-19s in the Marbella Cup over in Malaga in Spain.
Absolutely.
Nice little all day for him.
Absolutely, and Alfie McCalmon, obviously very, very highly rated by Stuart Dallas. As well, so I think his time will come when he played against Stoke City in the League Cup earlier this season at Elland Road. But I think what's good from a Leeds perspective, we've got a lot of stars for the future. You look at like McCallum, you look at Edmondson, you look at Bogusz. There's more coming through. Charlie Cresswell, I was sat at a thing in the summer. And I don't know if one of the pundits was asked, I think it might have been Tony Dorigo, was asked who's the next one to come through on the conveyor belt, and they all said Charlie Cresswell. And Charlie Cresswell, I think it was Andy Hughes actually that said it. Charlie Cresswell, obviously Richard's son, will be a star at Elland Road.
Yeah, I saw him play against Birmingham that draw the other week.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he was very impressive.
And I think another one to watch out for, and I've seen a lot of Burton Albion, this is Oliver Sarkic. He's scoring a lot of goals for the Brewers at the moment.
Yeah. And
I think once he's had his loans, but I think it's great that these players do go out on loan, and I think next season they'll probably give an opportunity to start in the first team, because obviously you don't know what's going to happen between now and the summer. So I think the future's very bright. I know all supporters want instantaneous results in football. Doesn't always work like that.
No,
but as I say,
it's going to take time.
Of course it does. You've got the likes of McCalmont, you've got the likes of Edmondson and Bogusz, and I think they'll all be ready to play a big part between now and May the 2nd against Charlton Athletic.
Yeah, absolutely. Eddie Nketiah as well, he's been banging in goals for fun for the England under-21s. Everyone's been talking about him as he scored a hat-trick in England under-21s 5-1 win over the Austria under-21s. That's now 7 goals in his last 7 games he's played for the England under-21s. A lot of people saying that he should start ahead of Patrick Bamford because of this. Yes, it's the England under-21s, but he's surely got to have a chance.
He's got the ruthless touch. He really does. He's got that clinical kind of 6-yard striker instinct about him that Bamford appears to not entirely lack, but lack at the moment. Obviously, Bamford scored a fair few goals for us. He got 10 last season. He's got 4 this season so far. He had a couple in the cup as well. But he's not been performing that part of his game properly recently. The other part of his game is hold-up plays. His linking with the midfielders has been excellent.
Yeah.
He's getting in the correct positions, but he's not been able to convert. And with the amount of chances we create, we need someone who can convert. And if you've got someone who's as prolific as Nketiah is, I know Nketiah's got 4 goals for us in League and Cup.
Yeah, and he's only started 2 games as well.
He's got another 3 for England there. He's been scoring goals for fun whenever he's been given 90 minutes in the under-23s. You kind of think, well, if he's displaying this kind of ability and this kind of instinct about him, then why would you not play him when we have been? I don't want to say struggling to score goals, but we've not been scoring a huge amount of goals recently. I think we are at home. We've scored one of the lowest amount of goals in the league, which is a concern. If you want automatic promotion. But yeah, I personally I won't start him because he's just got a hat-trick under 21s. That isn't the one deciding reason that's going to take me from no we shouldn't to yes we should.
Yeah.
I think in general over the last few weeks, I think he's made enough of a case to justify a few starts.
I mean, that is the argument against starting him. Yes, he's only been scoring goals for the Leeds United 23s and the England and 21s, but he's also been scoring for the Leeds United first team. As we mentioned, 4 goals for the Leeds first team, only starting 2 games as well. Whoever he plays for, he scores goals. He's a natural goal scorer.
Well, he's been obviously those comments on Sky Sports on Tuesday night. He was saying that he wasn't particularly happy about being on the bench. Of course, no footballer's happy being on the bench. They all want to play, but particular strikers, he thinks he's earned his chance, and it's hard to disagree with the fact that he's earned his chance.
Yeah,
Bamford started 10 games, fair enough. He's our number 9, but I think NkGhTg's just justified starting a few games.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bamford does a good job. I appreciate what he does, but strikers are there to score goals, and at the moment, Bamford is not scoring enough. We're struggling to score, and we're crying out for a goal scorer, and we have a goal scorer on the bench in Eddie NkGhTg. Why are we not using him, Sats?
It's a tough one, isn't it? Obviously, NkGhTg, as we've said there, scoring for fun for England, and when he does come off the bench and he's given the opportunity, he does score for Leeds. Now, against West Brom, I did an interview with you after the game. I thought Bamford was magnificent, and he got man of the match, and deservedly so, and his all-round play was superb. He's just missing that killer instinct. And I think, for a striker perspective, it's a confidence thing. If Paddy Bamford goes out and scores a hat-trick on Saturday, if he plays against Birmingham City, his confidence will rise, and all of a sudden everyone will say, oh, let's play Bamford rather than let's play NkGhTg. So you can't win either way. Bielsa's got a tough decision to make on Saturday, because if he does drop Bamford, how does that then affect Bamford's confidence? Because as a striker, you play on confidence as a striker, so it's a tough one. Personally, I'd probably go with NkGhTg because he looks so lively. From the start, he scored against Salford and scored against Stoke as well in the Cups. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's got to be that fine balancing, hasn't it, to play one or t'other. I don't think he'll play both because it's obviously not Marcelo's style.
I mean, he has hinted at maybe he could change it, but he just doesn't seem to want to change his style.
He has. It'd be interesting to see what he does Saturday. I think he'll go with Bamford. I just think it's trying to read Bielsa. I know it's very difficult. I just think that's the way it'll go until if Bamford gets an injury or something like that, which I hope never want to wish injury on any player who plays for Leeds United. So yeah, it's a tough one, but it's nice to have the options there.
Yeah.
That if we are in a game where we're struggling, and NkGhTg can try and come on and change the game. But yeah, it's a difficult one to have. Personally, I go NkGhTg, but I do think he will go Bamford on Saturday, just the way Bielsa does things.
It's just, he seems like such a good prospect, as an English prospect in general, and Arsenal have sent him here to start games in the Championship.
Would you start him?
Personally, yeah.
Yeah, I would as well.
I think he reminds me a little bit of Beckford for his kind of for his pace and his kind of general all-round play.
And he just seems to be there as well. Anytime the ball's in the box, he's just there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are panicking as well because a lot of reports have come out saying that Eddie NkGhTg isn't happy being on the bench, which no player's happy being on the bench.
It wasn't just reports. He said it.
Yeah, he said it.
He said it in an interview.
Yeah. But the reports saying that Arsenal may call him back as they're unhappy with the amount of game time he's getting.
Generated by Bristol City,
I think in any loan deal, when you've got them for a season, there's always a recall clause. So that's just part and parcel of any particular loan deal. That there'll be a recall clause for Ben White because it is what it is.
But surely Leeds United have to be asked.
I think
you're fine with it.
Leeds United. Well, I don't know how much say the buying club, the loaning club have. Because if Arsenal had an injury crisis, they'd have to recall NkGhTg.
Yeah.
If Brighton had an injury crisis and they had 3 central defenders out injured, they'd have an option to recall Ben White. So it's just the way football is. Do I think NkGhTg will get recalled in January? No.
And I hope not.
Because I feel that he will get an opportunity and he will score goals. It's just getting that one opportunity to... If he comes on and scores a brace against Birmingham on Saturday, you can't leave him out for Preston on the Tuesday.
No.
So it's a juggling act with strikers, and the way Marcelo plays with his formation with that just one up top, it's very interesting to see where he will go at 2 o'clock on Saturday afternoon.
It's interesting to see how... I know Bielsa's not very egotistical in general, but how Bielsa's ego will deal with that, because if he changes up the team and puts NkGhTg in on Saturday, the entire of the English media will just go, Bielsa just folds his breast pressure. He's done this because he's been told to do this.
It's interesting.
So he's in a corner, and if he doesn't do it, they'll go, oh, Bielsa's been stubborn. He should start NkGhTg.
I think we'll find a lot out tomorrow. I think the press conference will be tomorrow. That we'll find a lot more out on what's said, team and news-wise.
I don't think he'll get much out of him about NkGhTg tomorrow. I'd be surprised. I think he'll probably just go... He'll say what he always says, which is they're both very good players.
Yes.
And NkGhTg is very effective when we bring him on the end of the games because of his pace. And that'll be the end of it, and he'll move on.
Yeah, of course. He is doing a good job coming off a bench, and there is that scare that if you start him, he may not have the same impact. But I think he.
I've never been a big fan of that argument. That argument only really works with Solskjaer and Olivier Giroud. they're the only players who are better off the bench.
Yeah,
Not
absolutely.
doing a good job, Solskjaer. That's for another story.
They're not in management, but as a player coming off the bench, he was very good. He was unbelievable.
Yes, it was.
But Eddie NkGhTg deserves a chance. Back on to players who were out in international duty. Tyler Roberts, he was on the bench as Wales drew 1-1 away at Latvia, and then he made an appearance off the bench as Wales drew 1-1 at home to Croatia. Good results for Wales too, as they look to qualify for Euro 2020. They are now fourth in Group E, 2 points behind Hungary, who are in second. They make up the last automatic place, and Wales, they do have a game in hand on the teams above them, so they do still have a chance of qualifying.
They're being dug out by Bale a lot, though. I've been seeing.
Yeah.
Every time they need him, he pops up with a goal. It's a
Just something
game.
quite interesting that I spotted when Dan James went down with an injury. Ryan Giggs said he was streetwise. I don't quite understand what he meant by that.
Streetwise is another word for he blatantly cheated, and I endorse that.
Yeah.
Because if we all know there's one thing that Ryan Giggs will endorse, it's cheating.
Lawyers. He said that, not me.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Feel free to sue me, Ryan.
Yeah.
It's a proven fact.
It shouldn't be coming out, I think, with statements to say a player's been streetwise.
I mean, he pretended to be knocked out, and he came out afterwards, Dan James, and said that he wasn't knocked out. He didn't go unconscious. So
I think that's the problem with the injuries, with the head injuries, because how do we know now if a player is really injured or not? I mean, Dan James shouldn't be coming out with statements like that. I think it's a little bit naive, in my opinion.
I mean, he literally went down like he'd been sniped in the back of the head.
When you watch it in real time, it looked like a really bad challenge.
Yeah, but you can't come out afterwards. You can't be down on the floor for about 2-3 minutes if with a head injury, and then after the game say that you didn't go unconscious.
Because you're going to develop a reputation as a cheat.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Ollie Watkins.
Absolutely.
And as soon as someone says that name, I hear the word cheat.
And Dan James isn't helping himself with his diving as well. At
No,
Old
not
Trafford,
at all.
because he's a very good talent. He's a precocious young player, but I think he just needs to be a bit more. I won't say streetwise, because that's probably the wrong word to say. But
be a bit more wise.
Yes, a bit more wise.
Well, Ashley Young was like that when he was younger. He used to dive a lot, didn't he?
Who was that?
Ashley Young when he was younger.
Yeah, and I think he's got better certainly from doing that. But yeah. Look, it is what it is. With Dan James, I just felt that it wasn't the greatest thing to come out with, because there's a lot of stuff in the news about head injuries in sport.
Yeah, there is.
And especially doing concussion tests. Now, if he had to do a concussion test and he didn't come back, then he'd have himself to blame. So not good for me. Not a good example to set to youngsters.
Yeah, not good at all. But Tyler Roberts, he's getting involved in the Wales squad, and they do still have a chance of qualifying for
Tyler
Euro
Roberts
2020.
with his teammate Tom Lawrence.
That's another story, and we won't go into that.
Yeah, because I'm already going to get sued by Ryan Giggs. I want to be sued by Derby County as well.
And Tom Lawrence's lawyer.
And Tom Lawrence's personal lawyer.
Moving on, Stuart Dallas, he started in both of Northern Ireland's games this week. First game was a Euro 2020 qualifier, and he got an assist. Put former Man United player Daley Blind on his arse.
Yes,
didn't he, on that right hand side to cross the ball?
And he beat Virgil van Dijk as well.
His cross beat Virgil van Dijk and a Delict to £80 million
that's
player.
About £180 million worth of defenders there. He just beat with the cross. And, this £2 million winger from Brentford.
Yeah.
if I had to sum Stuart Dallas' season up in one word, it'd be brilliant, because he's been fantastic for Leeds. He puts a shift in every game. He puts a shift in for Northern Ireland,
and he plays in different positions for Northern Ireland as well.
He's fantastic, and he deserves all the praise it's getting coming his way at the moment. So
absolutely.
good luck to him. I thought it was brilliant for Northern. I thought Northern Ireland were a bit unlucky. I know BPF.
They conceded 3 goals in 10 minutes.
I mean, they went 1-0 ahead with 15 minutes to go. I mean, fantastic goal away at Netherlands as well.
Yes.
Stuart Dallas, fantastic assist. Josh McGuinness putting a 1-0 ahead, but then within 15 minutes to go, they go and concede 3 goals. Bailey Pigg got foul to him very bad.
You can kind of see why he's on the bench at Burnley. I've got a lot of time for Bailey.
Not even on the bench, he's in the reserves.
He's in the reserves, not even reserves.
He went there to play football, you know.
Well, yeah, just...
he went there to start games.
Well, the problem is, you've got Nick Pope in goal at Burnley.
Tom Eaton.
No,
Tom Eaton's at Villa,
and he's a very good keeper, is Pope.
What is it with Burnley and keepers? They seem to have a monopoly on them.
And it's just a strange one there. He's gone there to sort of play second fiddle.
Yeah. When he wanted to start games.
He probably could play. I don't know if he played in the cup game against Sunderland. I can't remember the team that was named that day. But yeah, just a very strange transfer move.
Yeah. But he's on that Premier League money.
If you were him, you'd go play for Wigan, wouldn't you, or Blackburn or someone like that.
Get first team football.
Yeah.
but he wants that.
Or Luton, you go play for them.
Yeah. No,
I
but
do like him, and I like him as a person. He's a really, really
Yeah.
nice guy. I think he just wanted first team football, but it just seems a very strange move.
Why would you move to a Premier League club from a Champions League?
He's on the Premiership wage, mate.
Well, that's
so,
it. But yeah.
So was Rob Green, but Rob Green was 39, whereas he's, 22?
Yeah.
Will he be able to retire earlier?
Well, Rob Green retired. He has now, hasn't he?
He must have done.
Yeah,
he must
retired
have
with the Europa League medal. Fantastic. Great story.
Brilliant. Yeah, but back onto Stuart Dallas then. Northern Ireland ended up losing 3-1 away at the Netherlands in the Euro 2020 qualifier. And then Stuart Dallas, he played for Northern Ireland in their friendly against Czech Republic away. They won 3-2 there. Stuart Dallas, I think he played on the left wing.
He did. He's so versatile.
Yeah, he's very versatile.
They were 3-0 up at one point.
Yeah.
They were 3-0 by half time.
I have to admit, I didn't watch the friendlies. I can't get into friendly. I watched a bit of the qualifiers and what have you. I watched a bit of, I think it was France, Turkey and Ukraine, Portugal on Monday night, because obviously the England game was done and dusted. They just don't excite me. I think once you get to a tournament in the summer, everyone gets involved. The qualifiers are like watching paint dry.
Absolutely.
They're just
all you want to see
unenjoyable.
is all the big nations qualify.
Of course you do.
Like I want to see Italy back in the Euros because they weren't at the World Cup.
Correct.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And I always like to see them in the tournament.
Yeah,
but it's like Scotland are finishing fourth or something. I know they beat San Marino 6-0. I think I'd be able to beat San Marino 6-0.
Everyone hammers San Marino.
Because they finished second in the Euro Nations group. They're in the playoffs, which kind of makes the whole point of their qualifying group null and void because they know they've got a second chance. So, in international football, apart from a major tournament, are just not for me.
Yeah, it's a bit dull, isn't it? But Stuart Dallas is doing a fantastic job at Northern Ireland, and Northern Ireland do still have a great chance to qualify in Group C. So
Scotland's playoff against?
I haven't made a draw yet.
I've no idea.
They're waiting for all the groups to finish, so then they make the playoff draw.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how it works. It's just I just found the
What's
whole.
What's the point of the Nations League?
Well, that's the thing because it gave you the opportunity to qualify for the Euro 2020 if you didn't qualify automatically.
Yeah, but the point of qualifying is that is the only way.
Exactly, it's all bizarre.
Yeah,
it's all bizarre.
Why have qualifiers if you can qualify by not doing anything in the qualifying campaign?
That's UEFA for you.
Absolutely bizarre, mate. Absolutely bizarre.
Yes.
But back onto Northern Ireland. They do still have a good chance to qualify for the Euros next year.
And do you know what? I hope they do because when they qualified for Euro 2016, a lot
it was brilliant.
Colour. Will Griggs on fire. Brilliant songs.
It was brilliant. Stuart Dallas representing Northern Ireland in the Euro 2020. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic. And did he play in the 2016? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did play in 2016.
I think he's a better player now, though.
Yeah, I think he's matured so much as Stuart Dallas.
Yeah.
Absolutely love him to bits. Yeah. And just on the last one, that was one game I would have watched.
Alioski versus Mateusz Klich.
Never happened.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Alioski, he did start for North Macedonia, but Klich was on the bench for Poland.
Yes,
unfortunately. But Poland did end up going to qualifying for Euro 2020 next year. They won that game 2-0.
North Macedonia qualified? Are they going to qualify?
No, I do.
Do you know what? I've not even seen the group tables. No. I'll take an interest when the draw is made in December and England are in it, and that's about it.
Yeah. And England get put in with
some rubbish
with France and Italy and,
Spain. We all jump on the bandwagon. I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest England fan. I never claimed to be.
No,
but you struggle to be them. I think. It's particularly as Northerners, you struggle to get properly into England as much as the Southerners do.
Because they've all played down south, aren't they?
So. Full of kind of Southern players mostly.
I've never. But the one time I've been really excited by England, I could have the World Cup in 2018. Was Euro 96. Was the one tournament that I thought they had a fantastic chance of going on to win, and they got beat by Germany on penalties. So nothing's changed in 20 odd years.
Well, speaking of England, then we'll move on to England.
You're a bit young to watch Italia 90.
My first tournament was actually Euro 92. Thomas Brolin, I think that's where Leeds bought him 4 years later.
That worked out.
Yeah, that worked out well. But going on to England, I don't know how much you want to talk about sort of what's happened in Bulgaria.
We'll just push over the results. So England, of course, they played 2 games, both Euro 2020 qualifiers. The first, though we did lose 2-1 away at Czech Republic. We went 1-0 up inside the first 5 minutes. Harry Kane scored a penalty, but the game was just absolutely crap.
Do you know what? I watched the first 10 minutes and I watched Bake Off after that. That's how bored I was. Bake Off on Sky Plus.
Yeah, well, I started watching the game and it was 1-1 inside the first 10 minutes. I was like, this is going to be an exciting game. And then it got really dull, really crap, really boring, and I just chilled on my phone while the game was on. I just was not interested
I think
at all.
Ben Chilwell's very underrated for England.
Yes, he is. That's a fair point. Fair
point. I think he seems to be in and out of the team. Whenever he's playing, England are better.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I just think these qualifiers show us nothing. It's England's first qualifying defeat since they lost 1-0 to Ukraine in 2009 when Rob Green got sent off.
10 years ago.
Yeah, and it just shows the quality of opposition are awful.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they do. Look, we all know what happened in Bulgaria. The racism is disgusting.
Yeah.
The Bulgarian fans should, in my opinion, should never attend another football match.
Yeah.
The Nazi salutes were
disgraceful.
Holding up no respect shirts.
Krasmir Balakov should resign. I know he's made a grovelling apology today. Yeah. I thought his comments.
But he can't come out and say it needs to be proven when there's literal evidence there. It was on video.
Yeah. ITV had literally a video of them all. Kind of making monkey noises at the back.
I felt really sorry for Tyrone Mings. He's making his debut. He's a wonderful player.
Brilliant debut. Brilliant
He's
debut.
Fantastic. Great player at Aston Villa.
Unfortunately for us.
And to be subjected to those chants is sickening.
Yeah.
And just think these are players who've got young kids back home as well, young families.
Yeah.
They should not be subject to that. And until UEFA or FIFA, whoever it is, come down hard on them, and by hard, I mean chuck Bulgaria out the Euros, that is the only message they'll get.
Yeah. And all teams who have racist fans. I mean, racism is a serious problem.
Of course it is.
It is not allowed at all.
Disqualification would be a massive deterrent.
Yeah. The problem is there's no point doing it now because they can't qualify for the tournament.
Unless you give them a ban from the next international tournament,
Well, something needs to be done. Racism should not be a thing in 2019.
No,
it should not be. It's not acceptable at all, and it's a serious problem that needs to be seriously
and fair
addressed.
play to the England players for being strong-minded and staying on that pitch.
Absolutely.
Because those chants are just absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I did have a little smile on my face when Sterling scored.
Yes,
it was brilliant because of course we went on to.
You see Barkley as well when he scored, giving the wanker sign to the Bulgarian fans.
Yeah, brilliant.
I just think. I've seen Jordan Henderson's interviews, and fair play to the England players, but we're in 2019. We're not in the 1980s anymore. Something they need to crack down on it. Yeah. Balakov should resign, in my opinion. His comments just fueled it even further. It was his comments were a disgrace. I know he's put a grovelling apology on Facebook this morning, but hang on a second here. We all heard it. The players all heard it. I don't know even he was listening to. Bobby Mikhailov, the president of Bulgarian football, has stepped down, and in my opinion, Balakov should follow suit. But until something is done, and I mean done, like being hard. Not playing games behind closed doors. That's pointless. That's, in my opinion, that's a complete waste of time. What good's that going to do? Playing a game behind closed doors with no fans. That's the fans suffering. That's not the country suffering. The only way the country will suffer, you kick these teams out of the European competitions before a ball's kicked. End of. Done. Simple.
Yeah. It's a serious problem that needs to be addressed. But of course, I enjoyed watching it. Though England just absolutely battered Bulgaria in the end.
Brilliant performance.
Yeah, brilliant performance.
It actually could have been 10. We hit the post twice in the second half as well.
Yeah.
But does it show where England are as a nation, that they can be so poor against Czech Republic on Friday night and then so good on Monday night against Bulgaria?
6-0 win.
There was a huge change in personnel, to be fair.
Yeah, there was.
There was far fewer inexperienced players in the
do you also think when it comes to Euro 20, and they will qualify, because I think they've got Montenegro next and they only need a point. When push comes to shove, we looked at the Croatia game last 2 summers ago. They were 1-0 up. Was it a weak mentality that they thought, OK, here we go again with England? They got Croatia equalised and they won it in extra time. Are they strong-minded enough to go on and win the tournament? That is what a great team is made of. You look at Germany, look at Spain, look at Italy. These countries have won the top honours in international football. For England to do it, are they strong-minded? I don't think they are.
And England have never won the Euros.
I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. But a 6-0 win there for England, brilliant. Touching on that first game, though, that 2-1 loss away to Czech Republic, a lot of talk about the England midfield and the way that England plays sort of similar to Leeds. But I was just saying, how on earth does Karen Phillips not get a chance in that England team?
Declan Rice is poor. I don't care what West Ham fans
I think
say.
he will. I do think he will. I think he's more going for experience with Southgate with Rice playing play Premier League football.
I know,
And I get where people are coming
though.
from. Yeah, and I get where people are coming from. And yes, should Callum be in the England team? Yes, he should, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Is it championship bias, you think?
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
they
think
pick
that's
the
a
team.
factor. I think if Declan Rice was playing for West Ham in the championship,
Yeah, I do know Southgate has watched Phillips. He lives next door to my friends in Harrogate, so he does talk to him quite a bit. So he will. I think once England qualify, I think Calvin will get an England call up.
Well, he needs a chance in the friendlies.
That's what I mean.
At least.
Yeah. And I think he will do. We've not had an England player since Paul Robinson in 2004. So
incredible.
Been a long time coming.
Yeah, Calvin Phillips definitely does deserve a chance. I think that we.
Pressing stat, isn't
it? I've been asked that so many times. Yeah. Alan Smith, Paul Robinson, last two England players. Amazing, man. In 2004, those years ago.
Yeah. But England, they do need that midfielder just to sit back and control the game. And Calvin Phillips is that. He needs a chance.
The James Maddison thing's a bit interesting as well because he claimed illness for the Czech Republic game and then was spotted in the casino.
Yeah.
Gambling.
Footballers.
Footballers.
God.
Yeah.
He's a really good player.
He's been fantastic for Leicester this season.
Yeah. He was quite impressive for Norwich when he was there.
He'll go to a big club next season.
Scum are looking at him, aren't they?
I said big club.
All right, you did say big club, to be fair. Might go Liverpool.
Yeah, a Liverpool or a City.
It might be Coutinho's replacement.
Yes, yeah, he's got a one on the left foot as well, Jim Madison.
Because Coutinho left Liverpool, they never really replaced him.
Yeah.
They tried to do it with Keita, and Keita's had just been injury after injury.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, England. A good win for them there, and we move on, and moving on to other bits of news coming out of Leeds. Again, no Leeds game to look back on in this episode, as it has been in the international break. But yeah, despite it being an international break, it has been very busy at Leeds United. It's not been quiet at all. It has not been quiet at all. Quite a bit of news to go over in this one. Of course, the big one is to do with Andrea Vavazzani and the ownership of Leeds United. So this broke at the beginning of the week. It's Vavazzani speaking with the Times, and he revealed that he's revealed more than we already knew. Of course, we knew about QSI being interested in buying Leeds United. I think that was all paper talk, but Vavazzani's come out now and said this, and he also went on basically to say that there's these three other people in the running to buy a stake in Leeds United. Vavazzani said that he does want to be involved still, especially if we win the Premier League. But he did say that QSI, which is of course run by Nasser Al Khalifa, who is the president of PSG, he's a billionaire basically. If he becomes owner, we're going to be filthy rich. Vavazzani, he's friends with
stakeholder, not owner.
But Vavazzani, he's friends with him from selling football TV rights. He says that he could make Leeds United compete with Manchester City, which will be very exciting. Don't know your thoughts on that? But
controversial claim for a number of reasons. I think how do you put this without coming across like something I can't say. I think that Vavazzani more than likely is going to sell a stake in the club at some point to somebody.
Yeah. How
How big that stake is and who he sells it to, I do not know. Whether that's to QSI, I don't think that's likely.
Especially if we're in the Championship.
Kind of been reported that the kind of Qatar investment is more likely to go into building their own football stadiums for the next World Cup than it is pumping into a club in Northern England. That's just probably more likely. I think he'll just be. I think what he'll be thinking about the interview, he'll be wanting to say that Leeds aren't wanting to compete again, and this is a way we can compete. That's what the point he'll be trying to get across. I don't know whether he's been misquoted or misunderstood in what he's said. The possibility, I don't know. But I think he was keen to emphasise how much Leeds want to compete should they go up. That was the point.
Yeah. So something to please the fans, really.
Well, not just please the fans, but also kind of maybe attract more investors. Saying we're an ambitious club. We want if we go up, we're not going to make up the numbers. We're not going to be a Brighton or a Burnley or a Bournemouth. We want to go up there and do what Wolves did, compete.
I think for me, and this is just a general point, owners should be seen and not heard. I think, I like Andrea, and he's done a lot of good for the football club. And I've got a lot of time for him, and I've met him a few times. He comes across a really, really nice guy.
Yeah.
Should owners have Twitter? No, in my opinion.
Victor Orta doesn't have Twitter.
No, and
well, he says it's one of the best decisions he's ever made.
I think it just fuels speculation, and then obviously you see the outcry on social media. And
I mean, Andrea Vavazzani on Twitter, he goes absolutely wild, doesn't he?
And it's temperamental, I think.
I've got a lot of time for him, and it's him and the football club have helped me an awful lot over the last couple of years. is the stuff with QSI. It's been rumbling on for a while. I think the old adage is believe it when you see it, because we've been here many junctures beforehand. I think for me that the proof will be if Leeds get promoted, because if Leeds do get promoted, there's a lot more money there.
There was a lot
available.
of rumours that Abramovich wanted to buy Leeds rather than Chelsea at one point.
Well,
wasn't there?
the story is he actually flew over White Hart Lane in the summer of 2003, and he was going to originally buy Tottenham, and then obviously he chose to buy Chelsea. I've never heard any rumours about buying Leeds, but I imagine that 15, 16 years ago, we never probably had all the rumbles in the Championship and League One.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it's difficult to know what to understand, what's going to come out of this with the QSI stuff. I think, as I say, we've been at this junction in the summer. We all thought, okay, it's going to come through and whatnot. I think for that to happen, I think there's got to be a lot of negotiating to take place.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anywhere near done. Will it be a stake will it be Andrea's stake, or will it be
I doubt it.
Or just like a 10-20% stake? We don't know the ins and outs.
It'll probably be a stake like the 49ers.
So yeah, look, there's no fuel. What was it? There's no fuel without fire, or whatever that saying is.
Smoke without fire.
That's what I think of.
Don't think fuel comes into it.
I don't think it does. You can leave that one on there. And look, we'll just have to wait and see. We've had so many of these stories. Look, I remember the days when John McKenzie was chairman of Leeds United after Peter Isdale in 2002-3, 2003-4. Trevor Birch came in. There were so many stories about who was buying the club. There were some Arabs out there that were allegedly going to made the front page of the YP in November 2003. Then, obviously, Trevor Birch had to come in and save the club. Then the Krasner Consortium came in 2003-4 in March. Then Sebastian Sainsbury was going to buy the club, and I remember talking to Paul Jews about it. He pulled out. The club were looking at liquidation in January 2005. Bates then came in. And then even when Bates came in, there were rumblings going on. He was going to buy the club, obviously GFH and what have you. So I think you've just got to take these stories with a pinch of salt, and what happens, it happens. Look, we're just supporters of the football club. We can only take an interest in what happens. We can't influence what goes on in the boardrooms at the football club, and what will happen in future. As I say, I just take these stories with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
There's not a lot much more you can take out of it, and it'll be very interesting to see where it comes. I think for me, the main interesting point is where Leeds United will be in 6-7 months' time. I think the Premier League, they'll get a windfall. And there's a lot more money there. If they're back in the Championship, it'll be interesting to see where Andrea has another season in to take the club forward.
Absolutely. But you said take it with a pinch of salt. Ravazani is saying all this stuff, and he did also reveal the identity. He didn't reveal the identity of two others, but he did say that there is an American who is a lifelong Leeds United fan who is interested in buying a stake at Leeds, and there's also an Italian who already owns a football club, and I think I speak on behalf of most Leeds fans. We've been there and done that. No, thank you.
Please don't be Marcelo, take two.
It'd be so funny if it was Chilean. Because he owns Brescia right now.
Good Lord, can you imagine?
The return of Massimo.
That was the days. Where's Amber Cars when you need them? Oh dear, they were mad. I'll never forget Mad Friday. I spoke to Brian McDermott about Mad Friday. I didn't know if it was coming or going. That he gets calls left, right and centre about Mad Friday. It's like then Ross McCormack goes on Sky Sports News trying to seal a transfer away from Leeds United with like 3 hours left of the transfer window. Like, how are you going to get a transfer done in 3 hours? And then again, but you'll just feel time 5 on the following day. You couldn't make it up.
Yeah, it
was mad cap time.
That was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, it seems a bit weird, doesn't it? Ravazani coming out now and saying this. I mean, Stats, you said that you don't think anything's going to happen soon, but it's a bit weird for me to come out and say all this stuff when nothing is close to completion.
As I say, I think as a supporter, I feel like we've been down this route so many times beforehand. I remember obviously GFH turned out to be an absolute disaster with Leeds United Football Club, and obviously Chilena then turned out to be an absolute disaster. I just think these things, for different reasons. I think these things just take so long; they're just very elongated. Peter Kenyon was supposed to buying Newcastle United. Nothing's ever come of that. I know it's very difficult to deal with Mike Ashley
in general and in business.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I just feel that it's Centenary week. There's a lot going on. will something come of that? I don't know. I'm not privy to what goes on. I just think it's one of these to watch this space and see what does occur, because we can second guess, but in essence, no one knows what's been said really.
I think I can speak for every Leeds fan where I would just like us to focus on the football.
Absolutely.
And ignore all of this crap in the news.
Yes. I mean, Ravazzani, he set this up himself. The article says that they met in a coffee shop somewhere in Leeds, so he knew that it was going to be published and everything. But Charles, we were saying on the way up here, why is he saying all this? I mean, imagine being the people interested in buying a stake in Leeds United. Do you want to feel like you're second or third best in the running?
Do you want to feel like, if you don't know other people in the running, would you want the person you're negotiating with to tell you there are other people in the running?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't, would you? It's a bit bizarre, but
it would seem like an arrogant tactic to say, well, if you don't take it, someone else will.
Yeah, but it is interesting though. It does sound exciting. We could be filthy rich. It does sound exciting. Who would be your ideal?
Being filthy. The concept of being filthy rich, mate, is always exciting. The realities are less so.
Who would be ideal for you out of those three that he chose? A lifelong Leeds United fan in America or QSI?
I mean, we don't know who the American fan is. So out of those, I know QSI have billions. This American fan may not have billions. So, but then again, there's the moral implications of selling your soul to QSI. Yeah. But everyone sells the soul eventually. It's just sort of the kind of price you haggle over. So probably QSI to answer your question, mate.
Yeah, definitely QSI. Well, moving on then. In other news, Leeds United, of course, are turning 100 years old, and they are celebrating their centenary this week. Not just with the game this Saturday, but there's also many other events going on to celebrate the centenary. Of course, there's that £150 hospitality package for the game that they announced last week. That's very short notice. There's also that special dinner as well this Thursday night that costs an arm and leg to go to as well. Stats, you've been invited to that.
I have been invited.
It should be a good night.
Very much looking forward to meeting with all the old players and just having a really good time and letting my hair down. And yes, it should be a really, really good night. Yeah, definitely. That's not the only thing that's happening on Thursday.
It sounds, sorry to interrupt you, mate. It sounds good, but for a working class club and a working class city, are we allowed to criticise the prices there? They do seem a little bit excessive.
Very, very, very expensive.
The average person in Leeds does not have kind of 150 quid to spend on one meal, do they? And I'm not. Obviously, it's the centenary event. It's once in a lifetime. I understand these celebratory kind of implications, but it seems excessive.
Yeah, but it isn't all expensive though. There is an event that is free. There were free tickets. They've announced this very. Those were all very last minute announcements. But the thing that really takes a biscuit for me is the centenary celebration that's taking place in Millennium Square in Leeds City Centre this Thursday from 3 p.m. till 6:30 p.m. Hours which really people will be in work, school, college, and university. Now, yes, it's free, which is great, but they only announced this on Monday with about an hour to go before tickets went on sale. For me, these celebrations, for me, they've just been a joke. They've all been very last minute. I described them on Twitter as it's like me, what I did through many years of college, where I left all my work to like the last week of a deadline. But yeah, it all just seems really, really rushed for me. It doesn't feel like a celebration, for the fans. It just feels like
it feels badly organised.
Yeah, very badly
for
organised.
lack of a better way to put it.
I mean, you announce this stuff weeks in advance, not just 3 days before an event.
You could announce it months in advance. You could say it's not like it's a surprise. The fact that the club was turning 100 didn't creep up on them. Yeah, they would have been aware of that.
We've known this for years.
We know when the club is founded. Yeah. They were aware when the centenary was coming along. They've had plenty of notice all last season to sort stuff out for this.
Yeah.
To announce it in the way they've done in the short space of time that they've done, especially in that kind of 6:30 time period, which is a confusing time period by itself.
Yeah, because everyone's going to be.
I know it has to be on the Thursday because that's the actual day. I understand that, but you could do like a 9:30 type thing. Where everyone can.
But there is that event on Thursday.
Turn up.
Yeah, but there is that other event on Thursday evening at the Centenary Pavilion.
Well, yeah, I know, but you could have some people attending the. Obviously, I know they want the players at both events, so that's why they've done it like that.
Yeah,
obviously, but they could just have obviously ex-pros at the dinner and then the current Leeds squad at the free event.
Yeah,
that doesn't seem beyond the pale to me.
Yeah. It just does seem very, very rushed. It's a bit disappointing for me.
Or just have the Leeds players at the free event for like an hour and then take them to the dinner.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a massive opportunity that the club's missed, really. But yeah, for me, it's been a bit disappointing. But staying positive though, it is a party in Millennium Square on Thursday. It is free.
We're
It
both
will free
going.
tickets. Yeah, it's sold out as well.
Stats is going as well.
I'll be there. Hopefully, I'll have a few copies of my new book to sign.
Yeah, and hopefully there's
perfect opportunity for me.
Yeah, and hopefully there's alcohol as well. I want alcohol.
No comment.
There's rumours there will be alcohol there. How well it will be priced, I don't know. But there is a spoons in Millennium Square, so use that information however you will.
Yeah, but yeah, Skylights are playing there. Shadowlark are playing there. There's guest appearances, so it does look like it's going to be good. It's sold out, but it'll be interesting to see how many people actually turn up. As we mentioned, it's in awkward times, and also it was free tickets, and you can buy up to 4. So I imagine some people have bought a load of tickets and they're probably not going to use any. So yeah, it will be interesting. But yeah, we're all going. We all looking forward to it.
Yes. We'll have to arrange to meet up as well. I don't know what time you two are getting there.
I think I'm going to get there for the start.
Yeah, I'll join you then. I'll join you for 3 o'clock.
Nothing like a few afternoon drinks, is there?
Yeah. Well, I can't drink 'cause I've got the dinner in the evening, so I'll be on the orange juices.
Well, you'll be drinking at the dinner, won't you?
I'll be drinking at the dinner. I just can't be going.
Are you doing a?
You can have 1 or 2 with you.
Are you doing like a guest talk at
I
the?
don't know
event
yet.
of the evening?
If someone wants me to talk about Leeds United, I'm sure there might be an opportunity there.
No, you can have a drink.
So I'll have a drink. But yeah, we'll arrange to meet up tomorrow. We'll get there.
They'll loosen your nerves for the
Yes.
dinner.
Yeah, of course, they've released some new kit as well on Thursday. I think a lot more people are excited about this.
Yes.
The kits that we've released for this season seem a bit disappointing, so everyone's holding the hopes.
I would say commercially they've not been disappointing, but from a nostalgia point of view.
Yeah, so everyone's holding the hopes for this Centenary kit. No one knows what it looks like yet. They're saving it for a surprise, and the players will be wearing it on Saturday. I'm quite excited.
So are they not announcing it until literally the players walk out in it? Is that
they announced it on Thursday.
They
released it on Thursday with Stats' book as well. It's going to be a package.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we don't know what the kit's going to look like.
I already know it's going to divide opinion 50-50.
Yeah, probably
regardless
will.
Of what it looks like.
Everything divides opinion. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it is. I'm quite excited for it. I will hopefully be picking myself up
I'll
one.
I'll be selling a kidney to buy one.
And yeah, it's coming out with Stats' book. Of course, Stats' book being released on Thursday. The best part of it all. So
yes, thank you very much. Very kind. It's going to be a very busy day tomorrow.
Yeah, very much so. Well, moving on then, just very quickly, we need to give a massive congratulations to the Leeds Warrior, Josh Warrington, on his successful title defence last Saturday at the First Direct Arena here in Leeds. He knocked out Sofian Takuc with just a couple of seconds to go in the second round. So surely his trip to America is next on the cards for Josh Warrington.
You think so, but he's finding it difficult to get that unification fight, isn't he, over in America? Also, because I think Frank Warren wants another fight at Elland Road, and I think other boxers don't really want to come to Elland Road, and partly because Josh has far more support up in Leeds than does any other part of the country or in different countries, and partly because it's quite a long way to travel for particularly foreign boxers.
But I reckon, like Conor McGregor fans and the Irish fans, a lot of Leeds fans will travel over to. If it's in Vegas, it'll be great.
You'd imagine so. Oh yeah, I would.
Imagine that. Just seeing Leeds fans raid Las Vegas.
Yeah, go through Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
That would be brilliant.
I would love to see that. But yeah, I think he'll try and strive to get that unification fight. Yeah. I think he's deserved it. He's has he done?
Absolutely.
3 title defences now.
He's undefeated. So.
Yeah, I think he's 30-0 with 3 title defences. You kind of think.
Yeah, so
should be getting a unification.
I think the problem with having a fight at Elland Road is it's been there, done that, got the T-shirt, and when he fought, it was a great T-shirt when he fought there. Last year, remind me who we fought at Elland Road, I've completely forgotten. Elise Selby. Elland Road, it was an unbelievable atmosphere.
Oh, brilliant.
But the novelty of fighting at Elland Road is kind of, do you know what I mean? It's been there, he's done it. Look, I'd go. It's a fantastic evening. The atmosphere, the music, the Kaisers, phenomenal night. Would it be the same again? I don't know. But I just thought the whole atmosphere that night was absolutely sensational last May, June, whenever it was. Will he fight Elland Road again? I think that's what he wants to do. It's difficult with Josh because he's 31 out of 31, whatever it is, how many he's won.
Yeah, he's 13-0. Yeah.
He needs that next test, doesn't he? That next level. Brilliant against Carlframpton. Obviously, a lot of controversy in the previous fight, and I can't remember the name of the fighter that he fought, that basically put up a shield and wasn't doing any fighting. You know which one I mean, don't you?
Yeah. Drugs cheat, that one.
Yes, him. But yeah, fair play.
Legally defensible because he was done for that.
Yeah, brilliant fight. He deserves all the success he gets, and I look forward to seeing him tomorrow night.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, for the bits of news, Leeds United fixture has been announced for Sky TV coverage. Surprise, surprise. Our game away at Huddersfield Town on Saturday, the 7th of December 2019, has been selected for Sky TV coverage. It's a 12:30pm kickoff.
I can't wait to be angry in the pub already.
Yeah.
I remember the last few games they played against Huddersfield. They've not been good.
No.
And then again, looking at the Huddersfield Town this season, we have to beat them. They are terrible.
Yeah, definitely. But first things first, we got a few games before that. Let's look ahead then to Saturday's game, Leeds United Centenary game against Birmingham City at Elland Road. 3pm kickoff as well, so it should be a very good day overall, hopefully, if Leeds United win.
Hopefully.
Charles, we need to win this one, don't we? Especially in our Centenary game. We need to win. Yeah,
it would be bad to lose. Analysis like that is why you tune in, but it would be it would be tough to lose your Centenary
catastrophic
game
to lose
in your Centenary kit in a sold out stadium. And we have a terrible record against Birmingham as well. It's horrendous. Because every single time we play them, they score a terrible set piece goal and shit houses tonight for 9 minutes.
Stats, how are you feeling towards it? Are you hopeful?
Look, there's two schools of thought here. It's a Centenary. What on earth can go wrong? It's Leeds United.
Yeah. I've been saying for weeks and months even, we're actually going to lose our Centenary. We always lose against Birmingham City. So
I want to take you back to October 2013. Funnily enough, on the Sunday, after the international break, we just lost 3-1 to Derby, all for that game. Next visit to Elland Road, Birmingham City, live on Sky. Brian McDermott had 2 weeks to change the formation, and we won 4-0. Ross McCormack, Matt Smith just basically destroyed Birmingham City. I knew he played for Birmingham City that day in centre defence, Cal Bartley. So I think it's an opportunity to look. I'm not saying it's going to be 4-0.
Adrian Bartley once again.
On Saturday. I think they're going to put a performance in. I think they'll win on Saturday. Obviously, there's a lot of question marks over team selection. We'll find out a bit more whether Pablo's fit, whether Forshaw's fit, who starts up front. I just think they've had the first, 11 games. There's no panic for me. There's 35 games left in the season, for goodness sake. That's over 100 odd points. I think they'll win on Saturday. I think they'll put a performance out with all that's going on around the place. I think the players will be so pumped up for the game. They will put a performance in, and I think they'll win on Saturday. I think we can't give
they've all had 2 weeks off as well.
Yeah, I don't think Birmingham are great. I know they got a result at Charlton the other day. I think Jude Bellingham, great young player, 16-year-old kid, scored the winning goal. They're very inconsistent at Birmingham under Pep Clotet. I just feel it's a start of an important week for Leeds. They've got Birmingham at home on Saturday, then they've got 2 tricky away games against Preston North End, who have started brilliantly, and a reunion with Gary Monk a week on
we do have a good record
Saturday
against Preston, though, in general.
So we've got a good record against Preston, apart from that one defeat when Janssen feigned injury in 2018.
there for that one. Terrible game.
Yes, terrible. I think we
were 1-0 up as well.
Hugo Diaz came off the bench, I believe, for his debut.
Did.
I just feel there's an opportunity for Leeds on Saturday just to get this in the back on track. There's no, as I said, we're 2 points off top. All these people that are panicking. Well, look, I know we probably should have been sitting on here with a majority of points, but we're not. You look at the Millwall game, for 45 minutes with 10 men, we were magnificent. We just lack that killer instinct. And I just feel on Saturday, it's a Birmingham side that'll probably come to defend. Obviously, Pep Clotet's coming back with to Elland Road. Leeds will win for me, and I think they'll win 3-0. I think they'll come out comfortably. Look, Birmingham, they've got a good record against Leeds. They won the last season, did the double overs last season.
The only team to do the double overs last season.
Absolutely. I'm hoping them one does a double this year. I just think it's an opportunity for Leeds to get back on the saddle and put performance in and enjoy Saturday and enjoy everything that goes with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We do need to win. Of course, Leeds United going into the game on the back of that 2-1 loss away at Millwall before the international break. That's always dropped to 5th in the Championship table. And as Stats said, we're currently 2 points off the joint leaders, West Brom and Nottingham Forest. We need a win really, just to boost spirits, winning our Centenary game as well. But also, we're only 2 points above 10th place Charlton. So if results don't go our way, it could be a slippery slope. It really could be.
A slippery slope, but at this point in the season, everyone's like bouncing up and down the table. It's not settled till about November.
Yeah. It's very, very close.
You look at it, 2 points is nothing. We could go top of the league on Saturday. That's the flip side of it. There's so much football to be played between now and May the 2nd against Charlton at Elland Road. I'm not concerned that. There's just too much to happen between now and the end of the season. There's going to be so much chop and change. No team is running away with it. There's no Newcastle in it from 2016, 2017. There's no Norwich or Sheffield United.
There's no Wolves.
There's no one at this moment in time that looks in tip-top form to go and run away with the league. That might change over the next 6 months.
I mean, in theory, it should be us.
Yes, it probably should
West
be.
Brom are the only other team I've seen I've been impressed by.
West Brom were brilliant against us, and we actually defended fantastically that night to go away with a 1-0 victory.
They probably deserve the draw out of that.
But for me, there's no standout team at the moment.
No, there isn't.
For me, at the moment, Ed, it's a team that's going to be the most consistent. Again, as I say, that could change in the next 6 months.
That's all screwed then.
you say that, there's an opportunity there. They've got 5 games coming up between now and the next international break, or 6 games, I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head. Obviously, Birmingham, Preston, Sheffield Wednesday, the next 3. Important week for the club. If they can get over the line with 7 points, Sheffield won't be easy. Gary Monk's reinvigorated Sheffield Wednesday. Preston won't be easy. Alex Neil's got them playing some really decent football. But teams should be frightened of playing Leeds. It's an opportunity. And I think playing Preston will play into Leeds' hands, because Preston are an attacking side. Same with Sheffield Wednesday. Gary Monk probably set them up to play as an attacking unit against Leeds at Hillsborough week on Saturday. So for me, plenty of football.
You say that, season. But Monk at Birmingham last year when we played them away, he did the classic Monk thing of very low block, centralise, kind of central block it as well, and they beat us because largely because Bamford hit the post from about a yard, but that was a factor, but also because they just defended really well and we couldn't get through them. Yeah, and that is kind of a staple of Monk's sides. But I think you're right about Alex Neil and Preston though. Yeah, they've got some. They're a tough nut to crack. Exciting young players, and they will come to attack us. Yeah. And we have a good record at Deepdale in general.
They definitely will.
And if who is it in their midfield that always gets sent off?
Ben Pearson.
Ben Pearson religiously gets sent off.
I'm going to say it now. There'll be a red card at Deepdale on Tuesday. There is always a red card between Leeds and Preston.
and it'll be Ben Pearson.
I'm going to have a bet on it. Actually, don't please bet responsibly. With any betting.
I heard his mum, Ben Pearson's mum, does not attend his games anymore because he gets sent off all the time.
That's true. Yeah,
brilliant.
There's always a red card. I don't know what it is between Leeds United and Preston North End in this fixture. There always seems to be a red card. Why it is, I don't know. Yeah. There was a red card in the fixture, I think, in the League Cup last season. There was a red card in the League, obviously at Deepdale. Ben Pearson, I think it was. And then
didn't they get one sent off at Elland Road?
Yeah, they did in the League Cup, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head. They had Alex Baptiste sent off in 16-17. Had Jermaine Beckford sent off in 16-17.
That was very funny.
Pearson got sent off at Elland Road in 17-18. There'll be a red card. I'm telling you now. Put your money on it. Put your money on it. As I say, gamble responsibly, but put your money on it. That there'll be a red card.
Put your mortgage on Ben Pearson.
Don't put your mortgage on. I don't want any homeless people coming to me. I can't put you on.
Jesus.
That was a joke. So, yes. It's clearly a joke. Yeah. I don't even endorse gambling in general. I don't gamble.
There's always a red card in that game, but obviously, first things first, Birmingham City Saturday. Yeah. Celebrations, get the celebrations done and dusted. 3 o'clock, focus on the game.
Yeah, back onto the Birmingham game then. So, but Bavadi is of course eligible to play as his red card that he picked up against Millwall was rescinded. Lee and Cooper and Jamie Shackleton, they will probably miss the game unless they make some miraculous recoveries.
Like Rudolph Austin when he recovered from that broken leg in about 20 minutes.
Oh, that was hilarious. I'll never forget that because we lost 6-1 to Watford. We'd actually had Jason Pearce sent off. Warnock makes 3 subs, and then Austin gets himself injured with a broken leg, and then playing with 9 men, and then I think that was Remembrance Saturday, something like November the 13th. Boxing, it's supposed to be rolled out for like 6 months. Boxing Day is on the pitch. Thinking, how on earth have you recovered from a broken leg? I'd love to know the ins and outs on that one.
He probably didn't have a broken leg, to be fair. Or he had an immensely high pain tolerance.
Yes.
We've mentioned before, we're recording this on the Wednesday, so before the press conference this week happens. So we don't know about Pablo Hernandez and Adam Forshaw, but hopefully they are back for this game. We touched on Birmingham, of course, managed by Pep Clotet, so there'll be a reunion there. Birmingham, they're currently 12th in the Championship table and 16 points, 4 points behind Leeds. They're not doing too great. They're kind of a mixed bag, really. 5 wins, 1 draw and 5 losses this season.
They tend to just win 1, lose 1, really.
Yeah, they did beat Middlesbrough 1-0 at home in the last game, but lost 3 games before that. I mean, they don't look too good. We should really be winning against them.
They're a mid-table side, aren't they?
Yeah, but we do have a terrible record against them. Lost our last 3 meetings. Birmingham, of course, has been mentioned, the only team to do the double of was last season. So, are we all hopeful for this game? Do we think Leeds will win?
Look, I was on here, I think it was previous to the Swansea game, and I said Leeds would win. I got that wrong. I said Leeds would beat Bristol City 3-0. I nearly got that right. I think Leeds will win on Saturday. I think there's too much going on for them not to win. I think the players will be so fired up after the last 2 away games, Charlton and Millwall. And it's, as I say, it's just an opportunity to get back on the horse and get 3 points in ahead of 2 big away games at Preston and Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah. Any predicted lineups from anyone?
Yes, I've got mine.
You've voted down.
Yes, Gareth breaking goal. Billy. No, that's the 1970s.
I wish.
Kiko Casilla in goal. I think he'll have a back four of Luke Ayling, Gaetano Berardi, Ben White, and Johnny Alioski. Now, a lot depends on whether Forshaw Hernandez are fit.
Yeah.
He's got a somewhat dodgy formation. I
don't know what formation. I've just picked clever name.
4-1-4-1, isn't it?
If Forshaw's fit, he plays. I think Phillips will play that in front of the back four. And then I think for me, you'll go Forshaw, Click, Dallas, Hernandez, and NkGhTg. That's my opinion.
If Forshaw's out?
If Forshaw's out, I think he goes Shackleton, doesn't he?
Is that
Shackleton's out as well.
You want or you expect?
That's the lineup I watch. Shackleton's injured as well, isn't he? Yeah. That's the lineup I want.
So it'll be Dallas in midfield then?
Yes. I don't mind Stu in midfield. I think he's so versatile.
Yeah. He's good in midfield. I think he's just... I prefer him at right back.
What's interesting is what he does with Helder Costa and what he does with Jack Harrison.
Very interesting what anyone does with Jack Harrison.
That's why he's the manager and I'm not.
But NkGhTg up front for you as well?
Yes, definitely for me. But that's something against Patrick Bamford because I think his work rate.
I don't want to give my opinion of what I would want or what I expect. I expect nothing to change. I think if Forshaw's fit, he'll go in midfield. And Dallas will move to right back, and that's
so you think Ayling will come off and go start on the bench or Renning start centre half?
I think he'll be on the bench.
Yeah, I think if
it'll be Berardi, White in centre.
Yeah, I think if Forshaw's fit, then Dallas will be on right
Although
back.
I'm a little bit concerned about Jukovic against Berardi in the air.
Good player, Lucas Jukovic.
Great aerial player.
No, but it's hard against you. Hard to argue against you.
What people forget is when we went on a starting run at the start of last season, Berardi was in defence because Janssen wasn't playing.
Yeah, and he did brilliant.
And we're unbeaten up until the Birmingham game at Elland Road in September. So.
And then we were worried when Berardi got injured.
How did you pronounce that?
We were worried.
Worried.
Come on. Leave me alone. But yeah, it's hard to argue against stats there, really.
It's nice to have Jonathan Ross here to pronounce words properly.
Jonathan Watts.
Anything else you're worried about?
Leave me alone. Score predictions then for the Birmingham game, first of all. Score
2-1.
predictions? 2-1.
2-1 Leeds.
I'm going to go 4-0.
I'm less confident than Stats' and yours in saying predictions that we will score 4.
I'm quite nervous, but I'll go 4-0. We'll battle.
I think Paddy Bamford will score as well. His first goal at Elland Road this year. I think that after this week's speculation, that is the only thing the football gods will throw at us.
Leeds United 100. Oh, no, sorry, you meant the score prediction. How old are we? 3-0 Leeds. Simple, done, job 3-0. Done. See you later.
Yeah, and how about score prediction for the Preston game away on Tuesday? We won't be recording before then. So,
tough game. They don't lose too many. They don't lose too many at home. They're beating some decent sides at home.
I'm going 1-0 win.
I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds. If they can get a result on Saturday, they'll put them in good heart, in good spirits, going to the trip to... It's always a feisty affair at Deepdale, as I've said. Yeah. I think back-to-back victories is what they need. I'm going to go 3-1 away at... 3-1 away at Preston. 3-1. Yeah, 4-0 against Birmingham, 3-1 away at Preston. I'm confident. But that does bring us to the end of episode 39 of the All Things Leeds podcast. Thank you very much, as always, to Charles for joining me.
Cheers, Romeo, mate.
Thank you very much as well to Stats for joining us as well.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you coming in. And thanks to everyone as well who has listened or watched. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed them, why not subscribe or follow the podcast? Give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts if you're listening on there. Share it around as well. Help us out. Make sure to follow.
Buy my book.
Yeah, buy his book.
Yeah, buy
Stats' book. Buy Stats' book. I had the microphones off there. Yeah, buy Stats' book.
Yeah, buy his book.
If you're on social media, make sure to follow All Things Leeds on our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Search All Things Leeds 1 on Twitter and Instagram. Search All Things Leeds on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as well if you have not already. Me and Charles will be back next week, so we'll see you then. Take care and goodbye.